I mean, it's a home game, so we expect to go all out. We expect to pick up 3 points, of course, and we also want to entertain our fans. I think it's about high time we give the Ewo fans something to celebrate about on our home grounds. We've played 2 home games and we've gotten a draw in both. So it's about time that we pick up 3 points to make the Ewo fans happy in Tema Newtown. I think the first one I'll talk about was, chances that we created and we couldn't actually bury. So, I mean, lack of goals, lack of clinical finishing actually cost us. In the first half as well, we kind of overly respected our opponents. We stayed back to try to figure out what they were going to do and how they play and all of that, and that really cost us. But after we scored an own goal, we decided to go all out in the second half. So we changed our three-back system into a 4-2-3-1, and we're able to get more into their penalty area. And then one of the incursions was what gave us the goal. And then, of course, we switched off in the last minutes. That was when, that free kick came. I think that our centre-back, immediately he created that foul. He was off because he knew that it was a very bad foul. And then in the area that he created, it was not good enough. He couldn't really revive as quickly as possible to get there, organize, and make sure that we defend that corner kick, and unfortunately we conceded from it. So lack of concentration, lack of clinical finishing, actually they cost us in that game. I think that the players themselves are very, very well motivated. As much as we got a defeat, the performance was really good, especially in the second half. We had lots of possession. We got into their penalty area or their final third a lot more times. Just like I said, it was clinical finishing. So this week we've been working on our finishing, the wide breakthroughs, the central breakthroughs, shooting technique, the combinations in and around the penalty area. We've been doing all of that, and we are hoping that this will give us the win. But I think that my boys are very well motivated. They've come from Division 1, new entrants, and you expect them to be a bit more laid back and allow the opponent to run over them. But I think after Accra Lions, and I think the performance that we put up against the champions, Samatex, it gave them that realization that it is not as big as they've been thinking about. There are no minnows in football, and Basake is one of the teams that also qualified alongside us. I think that we are going to go toe to toe. We've watched them play. We know how they play. They play to frustrate and then probably try to get a goal and protect it. So I think that we're going to go all out in this game, and the boys are very well motivated. We have done everything possible. Psychologically, we've spoken to them. We've touched on their psyche. We've allowed them to have their own meetings. And I think that they've come up very positive and they're ready for this encounter. When we played the Super Cup, the way they played, there was a bit more gaps in between them that we could exploit. So we actually did exploit, and we won that game 1-0. But I watched them against Hearts of Oak, and they kept a very watertight defensive network. They played a 5-4-1 when they don't have the ball. It means that they have a lot more men behind the ball trying to close central channels, open the wide areas, and whenever Hearts of Oak use the wide areas, they press them and they try to win the ball from there. The only thing is that when they won the ball, they only had their striker up. So in terms of going to go get the second goal was a little bit more difficult. We don't know if they're going to play the same way against us, but we've been working against different systems that we've actually seen them play, from the 4-2-3-1 to the 5-4-1. If they come up with the same defensive strategy, then we know how to break them down. If they open up to try to also play or match us in the 4-2-3-1, then of course we know that we have the central channel and also the wide channel to use. So we are working on different things. But if I'm hoping that they play the same way that they played against us in Sunyani. If not, and they play like they played against us, we also have solutions. But either way, I think that we are very, very ready for this encounter. From our centre backs, I mean, our young Siedu really, really did well against Samatex. I think that he played above his grade, and for a young chap that is actually coming up, putting up these performances, it's very, very difficult to keep him on the bench. So of course, Esiedu will come in and play a pivotal role alongside Suraj. In the DM area, the idea is to go for a little bit of experience. So of course, Boache comes back into the fold, and it's giving us a needed motivation. That's really good. I mean, we have a lot of choices in terms of our attacking midfield role. Players like the captain, Che is there. We have Nase, who just recovered from injury, one of the experienced players we have in there. We have a lot more. The younger ones, Nasiru and all of that, they give us midfield options. In the wider areas, we still have our Ofe, Yemo, Ademu. So I think that we have options. Up top, we have Akuka, we still have Joshua. I mean, we have a lot more players to choose from. So depending on, so far, I think that I have a fair idea. But tomorrow's training will give me the final ideas in how to structure or what, who comes in, who goes to the bench, stuff like that. But aside one or two players that are out injured, I think that everybody else is up for selection. Without doubt, we all know that Labaran is a quality player. Labaran in this squad makes it a bit more difficult, especially on the left side. A fantastic young left footer who plays the left back, and he plays it so well. So it's very, very difficult in terms of replacing him. I think what we can do is bring in somebody who can also do the job for us. And when Labaran wasn't around, it was one of the young chaps that actually stepped in, Mohammed. But again, the experienced one, Agyemang, was also injured at the time. So Agyemang coming back gives us a bit more motivation on that side. I mean, we saw Agyemang in the Summer Tex game. Aside the fact that he scored an own goal, Agyemang was fantastic, especially in the second half. He took the guy on, he created. There were lots of situations that he saved. He can go forward, he can defend. So I think that Agyemang fits in very, very well. But no doubt we're going to miss Labaran for sure. But I know that Agyemang can do a job, and he can do a wonderful job going forward and also defending. I think that AO fans should believe in what the club has to offer. They should believe in the vision that the club is actually on at the moment. We have a lot of young players, and the idea is to develop them. So of course the results is not going to come as quickly as they want. But whichever way, we promise them that we're going to give them the results needed. Like I already said, we played 2 home matches and we haven't picked up 3 points yet. Out of 6 at home, we picked up 2. Performances has been good. It's just being clinical in front of goal, and we keep working on it. We know that when you have young players, these things happen all the time. But once it clicks, I think that the AO fans are going to enjoy. But for this particular encounter on Sunday, we're going to go all out. It's all gun blazing. No holes barring. We don't have a choice, and we don't even want to have a choice. We want to go all out. We want to be able to get goals. We want to be able to play well, entertain the fans. We want to be able to give the AO fans something little, to be happy about and look forward to other encounters. So we're going to promise them that we're going to give them the win. Our performances are going to be tip-top so that they would enjoy us as much as, they want to at the moment.